Hey everyone, welcome to Coding Wizards. My name is Akash Sharma and I have 7 years of experience in Android and Flutter development. We have started a Flutter series, so in this video we will continue with the after the first layout widgets part, where in the previous video we have left. So in this section in this video we will cover these 4 cases, and earlier video we have covered the container, card, column, rows, stack and combination of all these. So in this video we will be starting with the vertical grid, then horizontal grid, then vertical list, and also we will see the list tile because it is useful one. We will also see the horizontal list. So let's jump to the Android Studio, and here we will continue in the previous code where we have defined some screens. Let's run the emulator first. Okay, so for now we will start with the dashboard, and here we have completed these sections, and in this video we will cover vertical list, then horizontal, then grid part. So let's go to the vertical list screen, this one. So quickly create the scaffold, then app bar, then app bar, title, app, text, vertical list screen. Okay, now let's have a body here, body, and let's add, we have a lot of variants of the list. We have simple list view where we have a children property. Instead of wrapping some view inside the single scroll view, we can take a list view as a root. Then let's run this app. Selected the device. So in the Figma we have this screen. So here we have 3 list tiles. So let's add some list tiles. So vertical list, this one. Okay, this is the screen. Okay, so let's add a title to this text, add it list title, and save this. So here we got the first item, and if we duplicate this we got 4 items. So this is the list view. So it will be scrollable content, and the difference between this one and single child scroll view, we have 2 ways to wrap something inside scrollable content. Like if we make this column, so this is also scrollable, but it will be scrollable only when we have a more number of elements than the available space. So let's add more number of content. So now we can add a single child scroll view. So now it has become scrollable, and see if we have removed some items and it has available space, so there is no scroll effect because all the elements are being fit inside the available space. There is no overflowing. So that's the difference, because when we use this and in top of this we use RefreshIndicator, then we have some function on. Now it's need a return statement with the future value, future dot value. Let's make it false for now so that we get the refresh. So it is not working, but we have a scroll content. So if we add more number of these elements, and then we see this scroll is also working and this refresh is also working. So this is the behavior. And if we remove this, let's remove this one and make it list view, then this scroll is also working and refresh is also working. So up to this mark both things are same, but if we remove sub content and this one is still working, the refresh indicator, because the list view will take all the available space, and since it has taken the full height, so refresh indicator will work automatically. So this is the difference when we use single child scroll view and the list view. Whenever we want to add this thing or we want to make it scrollable, even if it has lesser number of children than the available height. So this is the first use case. Then let's remove this for now, and we will see another example. Here we have added the children like manually, like adding, we can add different type of things, like instead of list style we can have a simple text, then instead of that we can combine like different type of things inside list view. So inside that we can add two text like this. So all the elements are still scrollable, just that we can use different kind of widgets inside list view if we use this implementation of list view. We have another implementation also, so we will see, like let's remove all this code, and we have three named constructors where we have separated, a builder and a custom one. So let's see the most common one, item builder. So here we will return a list view, also a list style here also, list style. So here we have added a list view builder. Since we haven't given it any length, so it is like expanding it. So let's make item count, let's say 5. So now only 5 are there. So in this case we can return only one type of widget. So all the children will be same, all the will be list style. So this is the second case. Now we can add some styling inside this. We can return a container instead of list style, but list style has a lot more functionality than the container. We will talk about this, but let's cover the basic list variations. So now we have one more thing, we have separated constructor also. So let's first revert the list style, because it has, like when we use container it doesn't give it padding margin, but we use list view, it has given it padding margin and it has structured the content. So if we use separator, then we can define the separator builder, which will be like we can add a divider between each children, like between each children. Let's see the code. So it has given a divider between each child. So this is the like functionality of the builder. Whenever we want to like give some space, like size box, we want to make sure that each children is separated by height of 8, then we can give it here, then each children will be separated. Let's give it a background so that it becomes visible. I think style is there, leading title, subtitle, shape selected, and okay, it has selected tile color or tile color. Okay, so let's add a tile color. So it has taken the space between each child is 8. If we remove this thing and make it builder normal one, so it won't take any space. So whenever we want to give some spacing between it or some divider or some other style, so we, in that case, we can use separator, separated named constructor. It is a named constructor inside ListView class. So here we can define a separator builder. For now, let's add a divider. So it has divider also contains margin on like vertically. So it has taken, like if we want to remove that, we can add like this. So it has removed the padding, so we want just the divider. So this is how we can use. Now there is another one. Let's see, we don't want to use list view and children with the children or with the separated. In many cases we already have a column and we have some content on top of that, here some data or some text. Let's say item 1, then we have some item 2. Then we want to have, if we add this like this, it won't like render anything. To make this work, we can add inside a expanded so that it takes a remaining space. So whenever we have a list view or something inside another, like vertically scrollable content or with widget with the infinite height, we can make it like expanded so that all the remaining space will be taken by this. Or we can simply make it non-scrollable, like we can use the shrink wrap property. So it will take only the space that will be required for each child. So it won't take all the available space, it will take only necessary, like wrapping the all the children. So this is the behavior when we use shrink wrap, but it will be scrollable, still scrollable. So to disable the scroll, like if we run this, it is still not so it is working. Let's add some more count, so that, where is the count, let's add 50. Now it has given the error because the thing has overflown, but list view is scrollable, but it is like showing the overflow error. So to fix this, we can add physics, like we don't want any scroll, so we have never scrollable physics. So now it has stopped scrolling. Now we can add, like wrap the column inside SingleChildScrollView, so it has, like it will work fine. Let's move it here so that you can see it better. So see, we have two custom widgets on top of, and rest of the space has been taken by the scroll view, like list view, but it is not scrolling. So we are disabling the functionality of lazy loading, so it will render all the children all at once and it won't recycle anything. So it is not a recommended way, but in some cases we may need to implement like this. But if we want to avoid this, then we can enable the scroll. We can do this also, then the list won't be visible, so we can wrap it inside the expanded. So we are saying that all the remaining space after these two things take, like we are giving all the remaining space to the list view, so we are wrapping it inside the expanded. In the previous lecture we have talked about the expanded and flexible. If you haven't seen that video, please watch it. So this is the another case. Okay, so now we have another issue, like this is okay, this is working, just the color is not going away because we haven't given it any color, that's why the color is visible behind this item. So to fix this, we can add the color back and we can wrap it inside a container. Let's add a column here so that we can give it a color. So it will still work because we are saying that take all the available space after except the container. So container will take its space and rest of the will be taken by the list view. So let's give it a color quickly, color like black, and give it a width double dot infinity. So now the color won't be visible, like this red color won't be visible, but the text color has. Let's make it gray for now. We can customize the styling of the text. So see, it is working properly. So this is the case of the list view, and we may have another case. Let's keep this somewhere so that you can get the idea, get the code and practice it. Make it list view with separators. So let's make it a function and add the code here so that you get the code whenever you open the GitHub. Return, let's return a widget here. Okay, so let's remove this code from here so that we can add another example. So let's see, let's say we have some items here and we have some list data. Let's say we have final list of items like numbers 1 2 3 4, any kind of data we can have here. Let's remove the const, but removing the const will impact this one because we cannot define non-const things inside the enum. So let's keep the list here. So let's say we have some custom widgets, text or images or something on the top, then we want to generate widgets for this list also. So here we have another example like list dot, we have bunch of options, we have generate, we have empty list, we have filled, we have from. So most of the time we will use generate, so we can give it a length, list dot length, and we have a generator. So inside that we will return a widget, return. Let's see, we want to add just index dot toString, or we can add a final item is equal to list dot index like this. Then we will have access to the list, and here we can add item dot toString. So it is saying that this will return a list. So the return type is a list, but here we can add only a single, like this single widget, not a list of widgets. So for that we have a spread operator, like in JS we have a spread operator. So we are saying that whatever is in the list, just spread it inside the column. So this way we can use this thing. So there is some error, let's add a semicolon here. So this is another use case of list. So this way we can also use and we have a separated list or a builder. So builder, the difference between builder and separated is that we can add some widget between each child. So this is the another case. So all these things we have talked, these are all the vertical list. So everything is vertical. So let's move to the next example of horizontal list. So you will see a major like issue when we define a horizontal list. So in this section we have scaffold, then we have app bar, title, text, horizontal list, screen. Okay, then we have a body. Here we will define a list view. So in this case we will use ListView.builder. So the list is the same. We can define the axis where we want to like have the, here we can give it a text. For now we will see more detailed things. So let's go back to the horizontal list. Okay, so currently the default one is the vertical one, so it will like, let's give it a item count, so that let's have a 30. So currently it is a vertical one. So to make it horizontal we have option for scroll direction, then we have axis dot horizontal. So once we make this, it will become scrollable horizontally. Now let's add some decoration so that we can have a better look. Decoration, box decoration, and color. Let's add it yellow, and border. Then we have border dot border radius dot circular by 8, and save this. Okay, so here we have this thing. So let's add it inside a column, because see currently it has taken all the available space. Let's add a margin also, so that each children becomes like separated. We have margin from all sides 16. See, the each child is taking like full width, like full height. So this is not that we want, because whenever we have some horizontally scrolling content, we actually need it like we have on top some text, like let's say hey there, welcome back, like this. Then now see, it has gone. So because it is saying either we wrap it inside expanded, so it will work like in the previous example, but we don't want it to take all the available height, because that is the default behavior. Even if we make it like shrink wrap true, then also it is not working. So in that case we need to give it a fixed height, like size box, and we can give it a height of let's say 100. Now it has taken only what we have defined, because whenever we display the list horizontally, many times we have multiple content, like on top we have some text, and here we have some let's say heading like recently viewed items, like this. In the previous example I have also told you how to fix this horizontally or vertically, so let's add it here. Cross axis alignment dot cross axis alignment and start, so it will come to the start. Now let's say we want to add some spacing between these items, so we can add 16 like this. So we have a styling option also in the like text style, font weight, and we have 600, and we can define these things also. So now we want to have some more items. Here we can have let's add the spacing also. We can have another vertically scrolling list, popular items, and then we can have this again. Here like this, we can remove this and see. Now it is overflowing because the thing is we haven't given it expanded so that it can take the remaining space. So it is like scrolling horizontally, this is scrolling vertically, we have some items in between also. So this is the how we define multiple lists like horizontal, vertical. Let's see the example of the list style, like full-fledged example, like list style. Here we have leading, title, subtitle, trailing, and lot of things. Let's see them quickly. Title, we can add a list title. Then we have a subtitle, it will be like arranged vertically, subtitle. Wrap it inside the text. See, all the items have two things, title and subtitle. Now we want to add something here, so for that we have option for leading. Here let's say we want to add some avatar image, so we have circle avatar. Inside that we can add a child. Let's say for now we want to display the A, so like this it is like arranged here. Now we can have something here also. Let's say for example we want to open some drop down on this, or some other want to make sure that on clicking this it will navigate to some other activity, so we can add a next arrow here. Let's say we have leading, where is the trailing. Okay, so here we can add icon button, we can add some functionality for click. Here we can define icons dot next, navigate next. So wrap it inside the icon. Here see, it is like showing. Now if we want to have 3 lines, is 3 line true, and we haven't defined this thing. So 3 line is not visible, I think. List of visitor nearest tile theme is 3 line. If true, then subtitle must be not null. changes second and third lines of text. Okay, it is for the subtitle. Where is the list? Theme data, which is the nearest list theme. So for that, I think there is something related to the theme data. We can define something inside that. So we can also have colors, like tile color. We can add it gray. Then we can have a selected tile color. Let's say we have green. Now if we do this, it will be like all grade. Let's add is selected property, selected if index modulus 2 is equal to 0, so double is equal to 0. So all the alternate child will be green. So I think we have given the like this one, selected tile color. So we previously given the color for the content, so like this. Now we can add some functionality like this. We want to make some list tile selected, so we have a property for that. We can give different colors also. So inside that, leading titles, subtitle, not able to understand the use of this, we'll discuss it in the next videos. We have also the property dense, which will be like it will reduce the height. Dense is true, so it will like will be very minimal height. Visible density related to material things. Shape, we can define the border and other things, like in the container or card we have discussed previously. We have style option. We can define a lot of things inside the styling. So we have list and drawer. Using a list prepared list style, or we can add inside use it inside the drawer, like on clicking this button on the home page, clicking menu button will open a drawer inside that also. Then we have selected color. We can define icon color, text color, title text style, subtitle text style, leading and trailing text style. If we have some text inside that, then we have also option for the padding. We have on tap, on long press. Let's say we want to add a functionality to tap, like on click, so we have for that on tap. So list tile has most of the things that we will need to decorate some items inside the list. But if you want to use some custom like container, rows, columns, it is totally fine, you can use that. Or we have, if third text, we can wrap it inside the column like this. We can have a third text, third subtitle like this. So now we have to define the cross axis so that it aligns to the start like this. So with this, I think list and horizontal and vertical list is complete. Let's see the vertical grid and horizontal grid also. Vertical grid screen. So again, scaffold, app bar, title and text. Vertical grid screen. So you can get this code from the like GitHub. I will add link in the description. For now, let me show you the repository here. There is like Flutter course. You won't be able to see all the repositories because those are private. So in this, if you go to the branches, you have branches for each video. Async await, class inheritance, enum, polymorphism, Flutter state management, that will be discussed in next video. Layout widgets, and we have some more layout widgets that we are currently seeing in the current video. Inheritance, polymorphism, we have talked all these things. This is new, will be it is for the next video. Flutter state management and routing. So you can directly go to this the raw carcass to username on the GitHub, then you can find the Flutter course on this. If I forget to add the repo link. So let's see the example of this one. Let's see, we have grid, we have same things like mostly. Here we have grid delegate, we have different options. We can define a fixed cross axis count. For now let's stick to the 2, and grid view, it will end here. Then we have property for the children. Let me first code style, and where is the dart? Okay, let's make it 80 so that core, now it is better. Okay, now inside that we can add text or column container, sorry, let's get width or just some color, because it will be expanded to the ratio that will be adding. Make it child, we'll add a color, gray dot shade 50, like this. Now inside that we have only one. Let's make a lot. So now it has taken like space equally. So to remove this, we can have here aspect ratio. If we make this 1, it will take all the available like the square will be. Let's give it a, make it expanded so that it fills the screen. Remove this one. So there is some error. Okay, so for that I think we'll use with double dot infinity, and we have color and child shade 100. Okay, due to the color. Okay, let's make it this. So it has taken all the available space. Now add it here also. See, every child has taken all the available space for it. And to, like, if we don't want the square one, we can make it, let's say we want 70%. Like whatever the available width is, we have that 70, and rest of the like ratio of the this one. If we make it 50%, it will be the vertical one. If we make it like this, it will be the horizontal one. Let's add some GridView dot, do we have separated? Not have. Let's add a margin from all sides, value of 2. So we can remove this and duplicate this one. We can add 4, so like this. And now if we have this one, 1 is like a square one, or 2 is like the whatever the height is, the width will be double of the height of the for the children. if we have 0.5, so for the lesser than the 1 the height will be expanded, and if we define some value greater than the 1 then width will be like more with lesser height. So that's how it behaves. Okay, then we have option for cross axis spacing. Let's say add 8, so each children have the spacing like cross axis. So we have also the main axis spacing, we can add here 8. So each children will be have like separated by 8 space. So that's why we don't have GridView.separated. So it will have the we can define spacing here. So we can remove from here also. If we have some card, then for the shadow we need some like margin. So we can keep this and keep this also. Then next we have main axis extent. So we can define some value like how long will be like this, and if we make like this it will go like this. Then we can remove this, and let's keep the height 50, so it will be like this. So this is how we can play with the grid. So instead of this like defining all the children that we have seen in the list view, also we can have a builder also. So named constructor has a builder, there is a builder. Then instead of these things we can have 1 and remove rest, and here we can add a item builder. Then we can have like this. Here we can define the item count. Let's say we want to have 10. For now we can return this from here. So you can play with this. This is the example of vertical grid. Let's say we have 100 items, so these will be scrolled vertically. So let's say we want to have some column. Let's say we want to have some text on top or some other views. So we can write like, hey there, welcome to coding wizards, like this. But as we have seen in previous example, we have to wrap inside the expanded so that we can tell the Flutter that how much space will be allotted to this and this. Otherwise they both will fight and will be not good for us. Let's add a spacing of 16 so that we can have a clear space between these two things. So this way is a vertical grid. So do we have surface tint color, surface tint? So when we define the theme, we can define whenever we scroll, the app bar will have some tint of the primary color. So normally it is like same as the surface or background color, but when we add this it will be a little tint of primary. So to control that we can add inside the theme. Where is the theme? Okay, surface. Do we have surface? Think we need to define here surface tint. We can make it white. Now let's run it again. Okay, vertical grid. Okay, so I think we need to generate a theme, then we can define the surface tint color. Then it will take whatever color we have given here. So currently it is like from seed, so that's why it is not taking, because it is taking the tint of the purple. So we can override that also. We will see these things in the full-fledged app that we will be building in the next few videos. We'll start in after completing the basic part like widgets. After this video we will cover navigation. First we will cover the state management, then we will cover the navigation and like passing arguments, different kind of navigation. Like we have named named routes, we have material page route, we have builder, we have a lot of things. So we will see example of these in the next video. So we have seen the example of vertical grid, and let's see here quickly. We have fixed the columns, so we can give some more columns. Let's see list and vertical grid. Okay, here we have given the cross axis count of 2. Let's make it 4. Now we have 4 columns, and if we make it 8, then each child will be like 8 columns. We can make here 1000, then it is what it is. Let's print all the numbers, dot to string C. So this is how we can define cross axis and these things. We have used the fixed cross axis count. We have also with max cross axis count. It will be like, instead of this we have max cross axis extent main axis, and let's say we have given the 100. So depending on how much space we have given, currently it is 4 columns. Let's make it 50. It will make it 8 columns. Let's make it 80. So depending on how much screen space is available, and depending on how much each child is taking, it will create number of columns. Let's make it like rotate it. It has now it has 11 columns. So this is how we can build responsive screens in the Flutter. So in Android 16, that is the latest one, and in that version Google has like made it mandatory that we cannot fix the orientation of the screen. So we must have to implement the responsive screens, so that whether it is a device in the portrait, landscape, whether it is a tablet or any screen, it will expand according to the available space on the screen. So we cannot fix the orientation, so better we use GridView instead of ListView, because in the list we can have a single column. But if we let's see the example first, so you will better understand. We have a vertical list like this. Let's go to the vertical list and call this here. Like this. Now let's rotate this. See, this space is useless because our content is fitting inside only this part. So we can make it like with max extend, like this adapter with max cross axis extent. Then we can define like 100, 200, 300, and depending on the available space it will create the columns. So this is the way. That's why I am discussing this part first before starting the like full-fledged app, so that you understand the basics where we can use the list, where we can use the grid. So let's say we have some content on the top, then we have some list. Then in that case, when we rotate like this, we can define if available width is more than 500, 600, then we can add first card inside the row and second card also inside the row. Let's understand it in here, because coding is little bit will be difficult for now. Let's see, let's say we have this thing, and we have some horizontally scrolling content, then we have some content which is vertically scrolling like this. So in the vertical portrait mode it is fine, but in the landscape mode, like this will take all the available space, then this will be. So instead of that, we can rotate this like this, and we can rotate like this. Like this, we can arrange these things. So in the, like whenever device is in portrait, we can create this as a separate widget and this as a separate widget. Then we can check if device is portrait mode, then we can add both the widgets inside a column. Okay, and if it is in like landscape mode, we can add both the widgets inside a row and wrap each with the expanded, so that each like available width is divided in two equal parts. Or we can also adjust like how whatever like space we want to give it to the first card and the second card. So this is how I make apps responsive when we have different components inside a single screen. Then I use this pattern, and if we have a single list, then I use GridView. Let's say we want to display all products, so we can use a GridView. And if we are on the home screen where we have a horizontal scrolling list, then we have some other cards like wallet balance and some banner, then a list, then we can add the top part inside the first row, like first child as inside the row, and the next list is as here. So this is the how I handle the thing. We have also, there is a navigation rail, navigation drawer, adaptive scaffold. There are a lot of things. We will discuss these things also in next videos. For this video, we are sticking to the basic layouting. So we have understood the vertical grid. Now see the horizontal one. So let's copy this grid from here so that we can save some time. Let's copy everything because there is not vertical and horizontal grid. So let's paste it here. It don't have the return. Okay, so we can remove these things. We can have it from here like this. Let's go to this screen and here. So we have a column. Inside that we have this one. So let's define orientation axis dot horizontal. So like this, and it has some error because we have not given it the fixed height. So we can wrap it inside a size box. Let's see, we want to give it a height of 100. It is a horizontal scrolling list. So now we can play with this, like we have defined the max cross axis count. So the current scroll direction is horizontal. So this direction is the main axis and this is the cross axis. So on the cross axis we have given the height of 80, so it has generated only 3. If we give it 180, so it will it has like given the space to the each item. So for the main axis we have only 50. Let's make it 300. So it has taken the 300 for the main axis, and for cross axis 180. Let's make it 200. So if we give it a height of 200 like full, so it will take like all the available height, because height of the main like this is only 200. So let's make it 400 so that we can have 2 rows, and if we make it let's say 300, so it will be adjusted like this. So maximum it will be this, and let's say we have 4 and 10, so it is taking like maximum each child can have only 200 of height. So because we have 420, so 20 will be left, so it has reduced the height for the each children, like each child. So this is how we can define the horizontal grid. We can instead of that we can have fixed number. Let's say we want only 1 row, like single horizontal list. We can reduce it like this. We have 1. Let's say we want to make it 2, we can make it 2. So like this, and then we can have another grid. Let's say copy from here, and below this we can have another grid, vertically scrolling grid, and wrap it inside the expanded. So it will scroll vertically, this will scroll horizontally. So this is how you can design the screens. You have max height, width, max cross axis. You can fix the column, or you can use this another delegate for the responsiveness. So if you fix this, you have to calculate yourself how many count you want vertically depending on available width. So if you use the max cross axis, you can define the height and width. So depending on that, it will generate the number of columns. So I think we have covered most of the things in this. We have covered the list style, we have covered the horizontal, vertical, and this horizontal list also. So in this video, I think this is basic layout are now have been covered. In next video, we will talk about let's see the Flutter state management, where we have a bunch of different options. Let's commit this code so that we can quickly see the code for that also, so that you get the idea what will be taught in the next video. So you can get the code from Flutter course repository on my GitHub, and let's see the code for the state management. So here we have change notifier. So these are the ways how you can update the state inside the Flutter. Like if you are not using any state management library, like dedicated library like GetX, provider, block, anything. So these are the native things available in the Flutter for managing the state. So we have set state, it's stateful. Then we have value notifier, value list neighbor builder, like OBX in the GetX. Then we have change notifier, then we have stream builder, then we have future and future builder. And then there is also inherited widget which is not directly related to the like state management, but it provides data to the children, like in the tree widget tree. So we will see all these examples, like I have prepared some examples also. So in the next video we will talk about these things. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.